interacting with any of the aviation agencies that were there at that time. Several meetings were held. Several people visited the site, walked through the site. Engineering and discussions were held. So for me, I would be very surprised, obviously, if that's why I ask you that, are you aware of the project? Maybe you're director of planning or director of software engineering, because I know that they are part and parcel of the project. I know that the necessary approvals were sought and were given. So I just think that needs to be put on the record at that time. A money like that cannot just be expended without getting clear authority or clear approvals. With that, even all the engineering coordinates and everything, you can't do that without even interacting with NCAA or any of those, or FAN or any of those people. Thank you.
Yeah. The document presented or given to us by the government of Ogun State was only for a cargo airport, which is situated at Shagam. And along the line, for me, and I'm being plain about it, I don't know there is any airport situated in Wasimi in Ogun State. It came out of the fact when the governor said we need a cargo airport, not a passenger. And I asked the governor that what we have here is an approval for cargo airport in Shagam. We don't have any approval for Wasimi, for passenger airport. If you need a passenger airport, you still need to apply to NCAA and the Ministry of Transport or Aviation. And that was the clarification that I sought. Now, I've listened to my brother, most distinguished Senator Nala. He has read out a document which shows that within the government circle, there is recognition for Wasimi airports. Yeah. But the document is not known to anybody in this committee, including the chairman. And we believe that by now, if a project of that stature is going to be situated anywhere, one, NCAA, you have to be in the picture. Because for that airport to take off, your approval is needed. Two, if it is a personal arrangement between the Ministry of Aviation and the government of Ogun State, then it's not known to us. And I believe government is continuing. If such an arrangement is on ground, it is only right and straightforward that such a document be transferred to the new government in place. And by now, there will be no controversy. So what we are just saying here is that as far as we are concerned, we have listened to you. You have said it. On your record, there is nothing like Wasimi, approval for Wasimi, but we have approval for cargo airport situated in Shagam. Now, I strongly believe that the committee, as Lisa and the chairman, and going forward, and the members of the committee, we see how we move forward from here. But it's an issue that is in the front burner and that needs to be attended to as urgent as possible. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, at least knowing what is happening in this industry, and I'm in the industry, my concern is that if funds are sought and monies are included in a budget by the National Assembly, the National Assembly does not change. And the budget specifically said this amount is to be used for Wasimi Airport. And consequent of that, a minister appointed by the president himself wrote to Mr. President and said that he's requesting money to be used in this particular location. I am unable to find wisdom, you understand, in trying to say that you can shift that recital to another place for whatever expedient, because when the president is giving approval, the approval and what is at the back of his mind is that I am giving this money for Wasimi Airport. And the request by the Minister of State then, as he then was, and the President Minister of Aviation as he is, clearly told Mr. President that all the agencies of government have been involved in determining and locating the site and everything. The letter is so clear. It's so clear. I don't know whether I have gone to school very well, but I think the contents are clear enough for us to know that everyone has been involved in the process.
I think.
So with this, The decision is that of the committee, but as far as I'm concerned, based on my limited understanding of parliamentary practice, we need to be consistent in the determination of issues that are before us.
Or within my mandate to tell a state what airport or how many airports they want to do. Our initial approval for building an airport comes from the Ministry of Aviation. The Minister of Aviation, it is a policy matter. It has absolutely nothing to do with me. I am the regulator. When you get approval, whoever gets approval comes to us. If they want to build the airport, we make sure they comply with the standards. That is where my job ends. About money, I have nothing to do absolutely with funding for any airport. It is not in my purview. It is not in my mandate. Not a dime. It has nothing to do with me.
So you only just strictly regulate basically.
Only when they're ready and they will come and give them the design and everything. And the one you have there is the one in Shagam. That's what you have with him.
Gentlemen, please, to us, we just to help the state and help aviation to come to a very logical and progressive decision, position on this matter. Yeah. We don't have any personal interest. I don't have any personal interest there. Yeah. But again, I'll put it to the DG. Your responsibility, your agency, is to give approval for the construction of airports. Are you saying that in your record you don't have anything about Wasimi Airport? That's what I want to know. Are you saying that it is only Shagamu that you have approval for? I want the final confirmation from you. Excuse me.
I just want to make sure. Approval for construction of the airport is by the ministry. They give that approval.
Yeah.
When that approval comes up, whoever is doing the construction meets us. Our own is regulatory, and during the airport, we have to regulate to ensure that everything is is in compliance with international standards.
Is it before the construction or out during the construction?
From the design to end of the construction, even the design stage.
Your agency.
No. Wait. I think, Mr. Chairman, sir.
Please hold up, please. Yeah, go on. Let me hear you.
Yes, sir.
From the concept, once the ministry gives approval, everything else we're involved to the day to the first flight starts operating there. Everything we're involved to ensure it is within regulatory compliance and international standards and recommendations.
That's the agency.
That's not the question.
We regulate.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
I think that the question you doesn't have any documents at all
I've stated that.
of Wasimi.
Tell him what to say. Chairman.
Sir.
Sorry, so that we don't keep going back and forth. Ministry and fine. And so get to the root of it and just move on. Well, yes, sir.
Yes. As I said, in my records, I have Shagamu, and NCAA records. I have Shagamu. But because 2008, yes, but I inquired with the ministry, and I learned there was Wasimi in 2018. But in my records, I have not been contacted.
Okay, fine. I think we should just rest here. Now, there's any law that forbids Ogun State from having 3-4 airports with the soldier. So if it's of interest to the government and people of Ogun State, they can go ahead to still get approval from civil aviation, and you can still have the second cargo airport if they so desire. Well, the clarification I want from you is to get the fact from you as to which one is recognized or approved by your agency. But that is not to say that they cannot continue for the second airport. So we'll do the needful. Like I said, we don't have any personal interest in it. We just want to be sure of the facts. Okay, so they actually commenced the process of the approval of Wasimi in 2018. But they are yet to get to your own agency. Am I right? Are we on the same page?
What he's saying
Yeah.
is that yes, they've got the approval at the federal Ministry of
aviation and all that, but he doesn't have the document yet.
But we need to be part of the design from the beginning.
Yeah, that was
Is that what you said?
I'll assume
The final approval, maybe that's what we're talking about.
No, it's the design, that you have to be part of the design from the beginning.
the party behind the Wasimi project, whenever they are ready to start the project.
Exactly. To bring it to
But
you and
as of now,
You don't have
my
records.
files still no issue.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
Okay,
So,
so they just need to start the
We
process.
will tell the Ogun State government this is your submission, this is what we have observed, and in the course of budgeting, we'll take all these things into consideration to make sure we don't have double budgeting for two projects. Like I said, Ogun State, you have the capacity, you have the muscle to build 2 airports. So I will appeal to the state government of the state governor of Ogun State and the government of Ogun State to work towards amicably resolving this issue and make sure we have the 2 airports in place.